One bogus story later. After a short while, Yuri finishes reading her story. Everyone claps.
Thank you. It's not very good, I know, but...
No way, that was great! I love horror, but usually the main character is so whiny and annoying it makes me want to barf!
That's different.
Not this guy though, he was a real stand-up guy, you know? Unlike spineless over here.
Excuse me?
If you can't handle the dark, go back to watching Sailor Moon or whatever.
What?
Anyway, thanks for sharing, Yuri. I'm looking forward to reading the rest of your story.
Thank you, Natsuki. That means a lot. Although I'm not sure just how the story will end. Ali, I'm sorry, but I don't think you're the target audience for my work. But if you ever want to try reading a horror novel, I'd be happy to recommend some. They're, very engaging, even for people who are scared of the genre.
Well, you know, arguably being scared of horror actually makes the books more compelling.
So are we going to read poems, or...?
You're right, let's move on to the actual poetry. Anyone want to start?
Who should I show my poem to first? We can't show it to Yuri for some reason. But why? We will show Sayori first this time. Sayori, this should be good. I hand her the poem. Her, a figure cloaked in mystery and grace, a tapestry of words, a subtle art. Her eyes, amethyst pools where secrets lie in wait, a veil that keeps me at an arm's reach. In lines, I'll paint the depth of her heartache, with ink reveal a lone figure.
Aw, you're a poem for me! I love it!
I don't have the heart to tell her that it's about Yuri.
Thanks, Ellie. It's a little sad though, something bothering you. I'm here if you want to talk about it, okay?
It's nothing, really.
Okay, well, if you say so. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's mine.
No date.
Yesterday, I saw my own reflection. She smiled back at me. I need to know that if I continue to pretend does that make it real, what if I could make him remember? Food. In the morning light, the kitchen hums, a culinary symphony of pots and pans. Breakfast dance begins, tasty circus begins. The aroma of fresh coffee fills the air. Warm sunlight dances without a care. Yet a chair untouched. Breakfast for lunch, a silent space. A world of thoughts unrefined.
Okay, so before I click this way, I'm curious to see something here. So let's see. D E L T A S I deltas. I mean, there is I in make, but I don't know if there's any significance to the spelling of deltas there. I laugh.
Hey, what's so funny?
Nothing, it just reminded me of the old days. This poem is so like you, Sayori.
Hey, stop it! You're embarrassing me!
Seriously though, I did enjoy reading it.
Thanks, Allie.
She gives me a big hug. Alright, how about Natsuki next?
Whatever, let's just get this over with.
I bought you a shirt, be nice to me. Okay.
Ugh, you sound so depressed. Look, I'm not trying to be a jerk, alright? You should take better care of yourself, you know.
Uh-huh. Sorry. I hand her my poem. Well, what do you think?
Are you some sort of closet romantic? You have a crush on someone.
She's totally teasing me.
Honestly, I should have expected this from you. You're a total nerd after all.
Hey, come on now.
Well, at least it's not totally awful. For a dork, I mean. I'll give you a B-.
Oh, come on, a B+ at least.
Nope, a B-.
I sigh. Capitalized the sigh for some reason. Alright, I'll accept that.
Whatever. My turn. Sit back and prepare to have your mind blown.
She clears her throat, preparing to read. Why do I feel a sense of impending doom?
Guidance. Annoyance. Irritating, frustrating. Disturbing, grating, perturbing. Aggravation. Displeasure, bother, awkward, rude. Howling. So, what do you think?
I stare at her blankly. Why is my name written at the bottom?
Obviously, it's to remind you that you're a dick.
I appreciate the honesty. Oh, that other guy's a dick. It's the detective guy.
That was sarcasm.
Oh,
Anyway, the rest of the poem was about how annoying you are, see?
Natsuki goes on to explain the ins and outs of how my existence bothers her, which I take with stride, or at least an attempt at grace. Eventually, we move on to other things. Starting to regret buying a shirt. Could have saved the money and the time, and gone to that glitchy chapel or something.
Hello there, stranger.
Hey, Monica. We pause for a moment before she bursts in laughter.
I'm sorry, but I just couldn't keep a straight face.
No harm done, really. So, what have you got for me? I read over the poem several times, trying to understand it. It was unorthodox, to say the least. I didn't get to see it. What is it?
Well, what do you think?
I shake my head, unsure of what to make of the poem. Honestly, I think I liked yours the best.
Really? I thought it was kind of silly. Oh well, thank you. If you're curious, it's a Shakespearean sonnet. The Middle English thing was pretty difficult to write, actually, so I hope I did okay.
I have to admit, it was definitely a change of pace. Not quite what I'm used to, but I think it's good to occasionally mix things up.
Aha, thanks. You're right, aren't you right? Variety is the spice of life.
So, are you a fan of Shakespeare?
What, me? Well, who isn't? His plays are classics after all. Especially his tragedies. You know, the whole boy meets girl, boy falls in love, boy loses girl tragically thing.
Interesting taste.
I'm just saying, there's a certain appeal to a love story that ends in tragedy. Wouldn't you agree?
Depends on how it's handled. She inches closer to me, a coy smile on her lips. Wait a second. She pulls back suddenly, hands in the air.
Just a joke. Don't worry, Hallie.
Okay, so if you had to choose, which play would you say is your favorite anyway?
Oh, come on, Hallie. It's personal. But since you asked so nicely, I'll tell you. It's a tough call, but I'd have to say Othello.
Othello, huh? Can't say I've read that one.
Oh, beware, my lord, of jealousy. It is the green-eyed monster which doth fuck with the meat it feeds on.
That's...
Iago, the main protagonist, or antagonist, a rather cunning fellow. Honestly, he's always served as a kind of inspiration to me.
I eye her warily. Inspiration, huh?
Aha, gotcha! You said you never read it before, and yet you seem to know exactly who I'm talking about.
I've never read it, but of course I know who Iago is.
Well, I don't condone his actions, of course. His motivations and the way he goes about things are, well, it's fascinating to say the least. Oh, don't look at me like that. He's not all bad, you know. It's just like they say, you have to give the devil his due.
Wow, just wow.
Yeah, well, I guess you could say I'm full of surprises.
She winks. There are more pressing matters than literary debate.
Oh yeah, what about your poem?
She tilts her head.
I'd love to hear it, if you don't mind.
I hand her the paper, trying not to show how nervous I am.
Wow, this is really, really good, Hallie. Where did this come from? I'm impressed this is the best one yet.
Really? Thinking back to last night, I wonder how much of it was real and how much was a figment of my imagination. Either way, the memory is enough to make me shudder. I guess you could say I was inspired by something I saw last night.
Something you saw. Do tell.
She leans in closer, her eyes wide with curiosity. So, last night after going home, I went out to get some stuff for Sayori. Should I really be telling her all this? On the way there, I saw a girl standing in the middle of the road. Well, actually, that's not quite right. I mean, there was a massacre in front of my local pharmacy. You'd think you'd lead with that, but...
Pardon?
I looked it up on the news, and apparently there was an electrical fire. That doesn't really explain what I saw. Maybe it was gas? No, gas doesn't tear people to shreds. There were corpses everywhere, just strewn across the ground. Some were torn limb from limb, some had their heads removed. There was blood everywhere. It was like something straight out of a horror movie.
Anything else?
I'm sorry? Her expression turns stern as tears... Her expression turns stern as tear into me rather fiercely. Yeah, there's something wrong with that sentence as well, but I did read tear wrong. I feel a chill run down my spine.
Did you see anything else last night?
I hesitate. I've never seen her look like this.
Hallie, answer me.
She takes my hand, squeezing it. Her voice is firm but gentle. Her eyes meet mine. Oh my god. Well, look. I don't really have a reason not to tell her, but, like, I am curious what would happen if we don't. We're gonna have to go back and see some of these alternate options later, man. I nod slowly. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I can trust her. Taking a deep breath, I continue. Yeah, it looked like Yuri was there. But after speaking with her, I'm not so sure anymore.
What did she look like?
What? What kind of question is that? She looks just like how she always does. I pause, remembering my promise to Monica. I haven't told anyone about this. I figured it was best to keep this between us.
You did the right thing, Hallie. Listen, I don't want you talking about what you saw last night with anyone. Not with Sayori, not Natsuki, and definitely don't talk to Yuri about it. Do I make myself clear?
Yes?
Good, glad we're on the same page.
Her tone softens as she sighs in relief.
And don't worry, everything will be fine.
I don't know that will. Her grip tightens around my hand. It feels comforting somehow. Thanks, that's good to hear. We head back to the others.
What took so long? Were you guys making out or something?
What? No. Oh, Monica, you're blushing.
Huh, looks like someone has a crush.
Hey, give Monica a little space. We're all friends here.
Friends that make out with the transfer student.
We were not. Never mind. Yeah, with that, I believe our club meeting has officially come to a close. Remember, the festival's next week, so be sure to work hard. Yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Sayori skips out of the classroom. What a long day. Think about confronting Yuri, but eventually decide against it. I walk home alone, deep in thought. We didn't get to talk to Yuri at all today. Yuri! I can't believe what I saw last night, but even more, I can't believe what I said. It's hard not to blame her for everything. What if she really was some kind of... What am I saying? Of course not. She's no Mogus. But still, something doesn't add up. The more I think about it, the less sense it makes. Is Yuri a simulacrum? Goodness. Aha, see, we do have some of these options again. Or at least one of them. The rest have all vanished for now. Let's see what we've got. Pawn shop, 50% off, man! Let's see. Order takeout from Ichiwa Restaurant. Actor unknown. Odds of a chance of encounter? High. There's this local takeout place. It's more of a storefront, really, with just a few stools. When you say tonkatsu, most people think Kishuya or some famous restaurant, but according to Sayori... The shrine? The shrine doesn't see many visitors these days, and this morning when I came from a customary visit, it was more deserted than usual. And then there's watering the plants. Kemi, the girl I bumped into today. Oh, there, we didn't bump into her today. That was the other day, you silly fools. Well, we're gonna have to go back and visit a whole bunch of things again anyway. Let's see what this girl's all about. I head towards the back of the school. Most of the students have already gone home. The only people around are some janitors and a few teachers still grading papers. Why is the music spooky? I look up at the sky. It's cloudy and the sun is starting to set. The wind is blowing and the temperature is dropping. It's getting dark. I'll have to make this quick. Walking through the trees, I try and remember the exact location of the greenhouse. I could swear it was close to the school, but this path is going on forever. I can feel the hairs on the back of my neck standing up. My eyes dart from side to side. I've never seen this part of the forest before. There's no one around. I'm completely alone. I jump at the sudden noise and turn around. There's nothing there. I turn back around and continue walking. Slowly, the hazy light of the greenhouse comes into view. It's far more run down than I imagined. The building is old and dilapidated. Weeds grow out of cracks in the walls and vines cover the windows. I approach the door. The air smells damp and musty. There's a list of plants to water taped to the cage door. Ferns should be fine. Water primrose, iris, hyacinth, hemlock, and creeper. Note, violets don't need watering. Akemi. And don't leave the light on when you leave. I step inside. The greenhouse is empty. There's a table and a few chairs, but no signs of life. It's dark and musty. I walk around, checking the plants. A They're all dead. Behind a row of planter boxes is a set of green sprouts that look recently seeded. This must be what Akemi was talking about. Uncoiling the hose, I begin watering the irises. Akemi is definitely a bit eccentric. Maybe it's just the solitude. I should get out of here soon. I finish watering the irises, move on to the hyacinth, and then the hemlock. And then the water hemlock. I turn off the water, killing the lights as I leave. As I close the door, something catches my eye. There's a flashlight lying on the ground. It's still on. Did Akemi forget it? I pick it up and put it in my bag. Heading out into the forest, I make my way back towards the school. It's pitch black as the greenhouse disappears from view. I look at my phone. 8:30. I wonder what's for dinner. As I walk, a chill runs down my spine. The wind blows, the trees sway, the branches creak. My heart is pounding. You know, it says something when the silence is worse than the spooky ambience noise. I'm not even sure why. The forest is dark. There could be anything lurking just beyond the tree line. I look back, making sure no one's following me. I can see the lights of the school in the distance. Taking a deep breath, I relax a little. Oh, that is not a good sign. The lights flicker and then go out. The entire campus is plunged into darkness. I make my way across the school grounds, avoiding the shadow of the building. It's eerily quiet. My footsteps echo through the empty courtyard. Chapter 4. Thursday.